Think November is too late to plant your garden and enjoy fresh harvests all year? Think again. You're about to discover why this month is a gardener's dream. Many folks regret packing away their tools when the leaves fall, only to face sky-high grocery bills in winter. But what if I told you that planting now could slash your food costs by hundreds of dollars annually while giving you nutrient-packed veggies right at your doorstep? Today, we're diving into 15 essential crops to plant in November for year-round harvests. Perfect for beginners, seniors, and urban gardeners with limited space. These easy gardening tips will transform your backyard, balcony, or even indoor pots into a thriving oasis. From low-maintenance perennials to quick-growing greens, you'll get step-by-step advice that makes gardening a breeze. And don't miss out. Stick around for my secret bonus tip at the end that seasoned gardeners swear by to supercharge yields and avoid common pitfalls. Let's turn that November chill into a harvest thrill. After years of tending gardens across various climates, from bustling city balconies to cozy suburban plots, I've learned that November planting is the ultimate game changer for year-round abundance. It's not just about filling your plate. It's about saving serious money, boosting your health, and enjoying the simple joy of homegrown goodness without the hassle. Imagine cutting your produce expenses by up to 50% or more, dodging those inflated store prices for organic kale or carrots that often hit $5 a pound. Plus, these crops pack a nutritional punch, loaded with vitamins to keep you energized through winter blues. Think immune-boosting antioxidants and fiber for better digestion, ideal for seniors maintaining vitality or beginners seeking easy wins. For urban gardeners with tiny spaces, many of these are dual-purpose, edible and ornamental, like beautiful herbs that double as mosquito-repellent plants. No need for fancy equipment. We're talking low-maintenance options that thrive indoors or out, in USDA zones 5 through 11. Whether you're a novice avoiding gardening nightmares or a seasoned pro refining your skills, these perennial crops and easy gardening tips ensure harvests that stretch from fall through summer. Get ready to regret not starting sooner. Your wallet, health, and taste buds will thank you. The first crop is garlic, the underground powerhouse for effortless flavor all year. Garlic, known scientifically as Allium sativum, is a bulbous plant with long green shoots and pungent cloves that have been cultivated for over 5,000 years, originating from Central Asia. It's a staple in kitchens worldwide, adding depth to dishes with its bold, aromatic taste. Appearance-wise, it starts as small cloves planted in soil, sprouting into tall, slender leaves before forming bulbs underground. The benefits are huge. High yields from minimal space, potentially saving you $10 to $15 per pound compared to store-bought organic garlic, which often costs that much. Nutritionally, it's loaded with allicin, boosting immunity and heart health, perfect for seniors warding off winter colds. Risks are low. It's not invasive, but overwatering can cause rot. For beginners and urban gardeners, it's low maintenance and dual purpose, acting as a natural pest deterrent in gardens. Planting tips. In USDA zones 5 through 11, plant in November when soil is cool but not frozen. Choose well-drained, fertile soil with pH 6 to 7. Plant cloves pointy end up, 2 inches deep, spaced 6 inches apart, in rows 12 inches wide. For limited space, use containers at least 8 inches deep. Recommended varieties include Music for cold zones or Elephant for milder ones. Care involves minimal watering, once every 2 weeks if no rain, and mulching with straw to insulate roots. Pro tip: seasoned gardeners know to plant alongside roses or tomatoes next spring for companion benefits, repelling aphids while ensuring year-round harvests by succession planting. This easy gardening tip turns one bulb into dozens, supercharging your self-sufficiency without regret. The second crop is onions, your reliable root for endless kitchen versatility. Onions, Allium cepa, are layered bulbs with grassy tops, tracing back to ancient Egypt where they symbolized eternity. They come in varieties like yellow, red, or white, each offering sharp to sweet flavors essential for soups, salads, and stir-fries. Benefits include substantial cost savings. Homegrown can yield up to 20 pounds per 10-foot row versus $3 to $5 per pound at stores. Health-wise, they're rich in quercetin, an antioxidant fighting inflammation and supporting digestion, ideal for beginner diets or senior wellness. Minimal risks. They can bolt in heat but are non-toxic and non-invasive. For planting, November is ideal in zones 5 to 11 for overwintering sets or seeds. Use loose, sandy loam soil, pH 6 to 6.8. Plant sets 1 inch deep, 4 inches apart, in rows 18 inches wide. For indoors or balconies, opt for pots. Varieties like Walla Walla for sweet or Red Burgundy for color. Care. Water weekly to keep soil moist but not soggy. Fertilize lightly with nitrogen. Insider trick? Experienced folks interplant with carrots to deter pests mutually, creating a mosquito-repellent plant duo. This perennial crop hack ensures harvests from spring through fall, making it a dream for limited-space urban setups. The third crop is shallots, the gourmet allium that's easier than you think. Shallots, Allium cepa var. Aggregatum, resembles small onions with clustered bulbs and mild garlicky flavor, historically prized in French cuisine since the 12th century. They have purplish or golden skins growing into bunches for elegant ornamental appeal in gardens. Key benefits: high value, saving $15 to $20 per pound over fancy store prices with one plant yielding multiple bulbs. Nutritionally, packed with vitamins A and C for eye health and immunity, a boon for seniors. Low risks, rarely invasive, but watch for thrips in warm zones. Planting. In November, for zones 5 to 11, plant bulbs 1 inch deep, 6 inches apart in fertile, well-drained soil, pH 6 to 7. Great for containers in urban spaces. Varieties: Ambition for reliability or French Red for flavor. Care: moderate watering, mulch to retain moisture. Pro tip: seasoned gardeners divide bulbs yearly for perpetual harvests, turning this into a year-round perennial crop. Pair with herbs for dual edible ornamental benefits, avoiding gardening nightmares like poor yields. The fourth crop is carrots, the crunchy root veggie that's a beginner's best friend. Carrots, Dacus carota, are tapered roots with feathery greens, originating from Afghanistan around the 10th century, now in colors from orange to purple. They're fun to pull up, revealing vibrant surprises underground. Benefits: economical, with home harvests cutting costs by half versus $2 to $3 per bunch in stores, yielding abundantly in small plots. Full of beta-carotene for vision and skin health, especially helpful for aging eyes. Risks minimal, not toxic, but can fork in rocky soil. Tips: plant in November for zones 5 through 11 in loose, sandy soil free of stones, pH 6 to 6.8. Sow seeds ½ inch deep, 2 inches apart, thin to 4 inches, rows 12 inches. Indoor window boxes work for urbanites. Nance for sweetness or Danvers for storage. Care: keep soil evenly moist, water deeply weekly. Insider: thin seedlings early to avoid crowding. Pros use this for microgreens bonus. This easy gardening tip ensures successive pulls year-round, supercharging nutrition without much effort. The fifth crop is beets, the earthy gem for color and nutrition in one. Beets, Beta vulgaris, feature round or cylindrical roots with edible greens, hailing from the Mediterranean, used since Roman times for food and dye. Their jewel tones make them ornamental too. Benefits: save on pricey organic beets at $4 per bunch. One planting gives roots and leaves for dual harvests. Rich in folate and nitrates for blood pressure control, great for seniors. Low invasiveness, but leaves can attract aphids. Planting: November suits zones 5 to 11. Plant seeds 1 inch deep, 4 inches apart in rich, loamy soil, pH 6 to 7. Containers for balconies. Detroit Dark Red for classics or Chioggia for striped beauty. Care: water consistently, thin greens for eating. Pro tip: harvest young for tenderness. Veterans: succession sow every few weeks for year-round supply, making it a low-maintenance dream. The sixth crop is radishes, the speedy harvest that builds beginner confidence. Radishes, Raphanus sativus, are small, crisp roots with peppery bite, originating in Asia, quick-growing with rosette leaves. Varieties range from red globes to long whites. Benefits: ultra-fast, ready in 25 to 30 days, saving on salad add-ins costing $2 per bunch. High in vitamin C for immunity, low calorie. Minimal risks, can bolt but non-toxic. Tips: plant in November, zones 5 to 11, seeds half-inch deep, 1 inch apart in light soil, pH 6 to 7. Perfect for indoor pots. Varieties: Cherry Belle for round or French Breakfast for mild. Care: water frequently to prevent woodiness. Intercrop with slower veggies. Pros use as natural soil aerators. This tip ensures quick wins, extending to year-round with repeats. The seventh crop is lettuce, the leafy green for fresh salads anytime. Lettuce, Lactuca sativa, forms loose heads or leaves from ancient Egypt in types like romaine or butterhead for varied textures. Benefits: cuts grocery bills by $3 to $5 per head. Homegrown is pesticide-free. Packed with vitamins K and A for bone and vision health. Low risks, not invasive. Planting: November for zones 5 to 11 under cover in colder areas. Seeds 1/4 inch deep, 6 inches apart in moist, fertile soil, pH 6 to 6.5. Balcony friendly. Varieties: black-seeded Simpson for loose leaf or winter density for cold tolerance. Care: shade and warmth, water lightly. Pro tip: cut and come again harvesting. Expert succession plant for perpetual supply, a mosquito repellent bonus in gardens. The eighth crop is kale, the superfood leaf that's tough on cold and easy on you. Kale, Brassica oleracea var. Acephala, is a hardy leafy green with crinkled or smooth leaves in shades of green to purple, originating from the Mediterranean region and popularized in ancient Rome for its resilience. It's a nutritional powerhouse, often called a superfood for its dense, nutrient-rich profile. Benefits abound. High yields in small spaces can save you $4 to $6 per bunch compared to store prices, with one plant providing multiple harvests. Loaded with vitamins K, C, and A, plus antioxidants that support bone health and immunity. A dream for seniors combating age-related issues or beginners boosting daily nutrition. Low risks. It's not invasive, but aphids might visit, easily managed organically. Planting: ideal for November in USDA zones 5 through 11. Sow seeds 1/4 inch deep, spaced 12 inches apart in fertile, well-drained soil with pH 6 to 7. Urban gardeners love it in pots or window boxes for indoors-outdoors flexibility. Varieties like Lacinato for dinosaur kale or winter boar for cold hardiness. Care: water deeply once a week, mulch to protect roots. Pro tip: seasoned gardeners harvest outer leaves continuously for cut and come again yields, extending harvests year-round. This easy gardening tip makes kale a perennial crop favorite, doubling as ornamental edging while acting as a natural mosquito repellent plant in mixed beds. The ninth crop is spinach, the quick-growing green for iron-packed meals without fuss. Spinach, Spinacea oleracea, features smooth or savoid leaves in rosettes, tracing back to ancient Persia where it was valued for vitality. It's compact and versatile, perfect for salads, smoothies, or sautés. Key benefits: cost-effective, yielding abundantly to cut store costs by $3 to $5 per bag, with fast regrowth for multiple cuts. Rich in iron, folate, and lutein for energy, pregnancy support, and eye health, especially beneficial for urban seniors in limited spaces. Minimal risks, can bolt in heat, but non-toxic and low maintenance. Tips: plant in November for zones 5 to 11 in loose, nitrogen-rich soil, pH 6 to 7. Sow seeds half-inch deep, 2 inches apart, thin to 6 inches, rows 12 inches. great for balcony containers. Varieties: Bloomsdale for crinkly leaves or Space for bolt resistance. Care: keep moist with weekly watering, shade in milder zones. Insider trick: pros succession sow every 2 weeks for steady supply, turning this into a year-round harvest stream. Pair with radishes for companion planting, enhancing soil and repelling pests naturally. The 10th crop is broccoli, the floretted wonder for vitamin boosts and big rewards. Broccoli, Brassica oleracea var. Broccoli grows tall stalks with tight green heads and edible leaves, originating from Italy in the 16th century as a cool weather favorite. Its tree-like appearance adds ornamental value to gardens. Benefits: saves on expensive organic bunches at $5 to $7 each. One plant can yield side shoots after main harvest. Packed with sulforaphane for cancer-fighting properties and vitamin C for immune support. Ideal for beginners and seniors alike. Low invasiveness, but cabbage worms are a risk, controllable with netting. Planting: November works in zones 5 to 11. Transplant seedlings or sow seeds 1/4 inch deep, 18 inches apart in rich, loamy soil. pH 6 to 7. Container-friendly for urban setups. Varieties: Calabrese for classics or De Sico for extended harvests. Care: water consistently, fertilize with balanced mix. Pro tip: experienced gardeners pinch central heads early to encourage more side shoots, supercharging production for year-round picking. This low-maintenance hack avoids gardening regrets like sparse yields, making it a staple for perennial crop rotations. The 11th crop is cabbage, the hardy head for storage and versatility galore. Cabbage, Brassica oleracea var capitata, forms dense, layered heads in green, red, or Savoy types, with roots in ancient Celtic gardens for its longevity. It's robust and space-efficient, great for slaws, ferments, or stir-fries. Benefits include major savings. Homegrown heads eclipse store prices of $3 to $5 each, with long shelf life. High in fiber and vitamin K for gut health and blood clotting, supporting senior wellness without much effort. Risks low, not toxic, but monitor for loopers. For planting: in November, zones 5 through 11, plant seeds or transplants 1 inch deep, 18 inches apart in fertile soil, pH 6 to 2.5. 6.2 to 6.8. Balconies suit smaller varieties in pots. Recommended: Golden Acre for early or Red Acre for color. Care: deep water weekly, mulch heavily. Insider: veterans use row covers to fend off pests, ensuring crisp heads. Succession planting extends to year-round, a easy gardening tip for dual edible ornamental appeal in tight spaces. The 12th crop is Brussels sprouts, the mini cabbage stalks for gourmet fall treats. Brussels sprouts, Brassica oleracea var gemifera, produce tall stems lined with small bud-like heads, hailing from Belgium in the 13th century. Their vertical growth makes them sculptural and space-saving. Benefits: premium savings over $4 to $6 per pint at markets. Cold sweetens flavor for better taste. Rich in camphorol for anti-inflammatory effects and fiber for digestion, perfect for aging gardeners. Minimal risks, aphids possible but manageable. Tips: plant in November for zones 5 to 11 in well-drained alkaline soil, pH 7 to 8. Space transplants 24 inches apart, use deep containers for urban areas. Varieties: Long Island Improved for reliability, or Jade Cross for hybrid vigor. Care: stake tall plants, water moderately. Pro tip: seasoned folks top plants in late summer for bigger sprouts, but November starters overwinter for spring bounty. This perennial crop strategy yields through seasons, repelling mosquitoes as a bonus in mixed plantings. The 13th crop is cauliflower, the creamy curd for low-carb delights and elegance. Cauliflower, Brassica oleracea barbatritis, features white or colorful heads surrounded by leaves, originating from Asia Minor and refined in Europe. Its snowball look is both edible and ornamental. Key benefits. Cuts costs on heads priced at $5 or more. Versatile for roasting or ricing. Loaded with choline for brain health and antioxidants, a win for beginners and seniors. Low invasiveness, but blanch heads to prevent discoloration. Planting. November ideal in zones 5 to 11. Sow seeds 1/4 inch deep, 18 inches apart in nutrient-rich soil, pH 6 to 7. Pot-friendly for limited spaces. Varieties, Snow Crown for quick or Purple Cape for vibrancy. Care. Consistent moisture, tie leaves over heads. Insider trick. Pros use self-blanching varieties to skip tying, simplifying for year-round cycles. Avoid regrets by rotating sites to dodge soil diseases, making this a dream crop. The 14th crop is peas, the vining legume for sweet pods and soil magic. Peas, Pisum sativum, climb with tendrils bearing pods of sweet seeds from the Middle East since 7,000 years ago. Varieties include snap, snow, or shelling, with pretty flowers. Benefits. Home harvests save $2 to $4 per pound. Nitrogen fixing improves soil for future crops. High in protein and vitamin B for energy, great for urban seniors. Risks minimal, powdery mildew in humidity. For planting, in November for zones 5 to 11, inoculate seeds and plant 1 inch deep, 3 inches apart along trellises in loamy soil, pH 6 to 7. Balcony vertical gardens excel. Varieties, Sugar Snap for edible pods or Oregon Sugar Pod for snow. Care, water at base, support vines. Pro tip, experienced gardeners plant fall crops for overwintering, harvesting early spring. This easy tip ensures successive waves, dual as ornamental climbers repelling pests. The 15th crop is fava beans, the ancient pulse for protein and garden enrichment. Fava beans, Vicia faba, grow bushy plants with pods of large beans, used since prehistoric times in the Mediterranean for food and cover cropping. Their white flowers add beauty. Benefits. Economical alternative to pricey imports at $5 to $8 per pound. Fixes nitrogen naturally. Packed with levodopa for neurological support and fiber. Ideal for health-focused gardeners. Low toxicity risk if cooked, not invasive. Tips. Plant in November, zones 5 to 11, seeds 2 inches deep, 6 inches apart in heavy soil. pH 6 to 7. Containers for small spaces. Varieties, Windsor for large beans or Aqua Dulce for cold tolerance. Care, stake if needed, water sparingly. Insider, pinch tips to bush out. Pros use as green manure post-harvest. This hack provides year-round soil benefits, a low-maintenance perennial crop essential. Hey gardeners, if you're loving these easy gardening tips so far and feeling inspired to grab your trowel this November, do me a favor. Smash that like button if this is helping you avoid those gardening regrets. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more low-maintenance hacks for year-round harvests. Share in the comments which of these 15 crops you're planting first. Garlic for that flavor punch or kale for superfood status. Your input keeps this community thriving, and who knows, your tip might feature in a future video. We've covered an incredible lineup of 15 essential crops to plant in November, from the pungent powerhouse of garlic to the soil-enriching magic of fava beans, all tailored for beginners, seniors, and urban gardeners in USDA zones 5 through 11. Remember that opening surprise? November isn't the end of gardening season. It's your secret weapon for slashing grocery bills by hundreds of dollars. Boosting health with nutrient-dense perks like immune-supporting vitamins and heart-healthy antioxidants, and creating dual-purpose edible ornamental spaces that repel mosquitoes naturally. These low-maintenance perennial crops ensure harvests stretching year-round, whether in tiny balconies or indoor pots, without the nightmares of high effort or failure. As promised, here's your bonus tip that seasoned gardeners swear by to supercharge everything. Incorporate companion planting across these crops, like pairing onions with carrots or kale with herbs, not only to deter pests organically, but to maximize yields in limited spaces. This insider trick can double your output while enriching soil, turning your garden into a self-sustaining dream. Imagine pulling fresh beets in spring or crisp lettuce in summer, all from November starts. So, don't wait. Get planting today and watch your garden thrive. Happy gardening, friends! May your harvests be bountiful and your regrets zero. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What's your go-to November crop or any pro tips you've discovered? Let's grow together.